What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video today. We're going to talk about Blake Griffin possibly being traded to the Phoenix Suns, and I'm going to tell you why I feel like it'll be a good trade, why a team like the Phoenix Suns should use him. But first, I just want to go through Blake Griffin is a guy that has been injury prone throughout the last couple seasons, and his value dropped because he couldn't stay healthy for a long period of time. He was able to make it back to the All-Star game in Detroit 2 years ago, and he was also able to make it back to the All-NBA team 2 years ago too. Last year, the Pistons was a bad team as we thought, and Blake Griffin couldn't stay close to being healthy, and that really destroyed their season. And they let Reggie Jackson go, they let Drummond go, and they showed signs that they're going to go in the direction of rebuilding, which is the smart thing to do. But if you want to rebuild, you want some assets back and you want picks back. But it's a problem when your guy can't stay healthy and he's not playing his best basketball because of that, and he's not dependable and he's not available. All those things sabotage being able to trade him, especially when he's on the contract that he's at. Now, the problem with that is a lot of guys writing off Blake Griffin like they did before. And a lot of guys don't even believe and think he can play as well as he did before. And that should happen when you coming off injury, especially the injuries that he's been going through. It really do destroy your name around the league, and it really does destroy your value in the league. But if you're a team, you have to take gambles. You have to take risks, and that's what Detroit did to get Blake Griffin. And even though it failed because they never became a championship contender and they blew it up 2 years later after getting them, um, that's the gamble that you have to take if you want to be able to be something special in the league. And I feel like Blake Griffin still do have a little bit left in the tank. I feel like he still can play. He's still a great passer. He's still a solid rebounder. He showed his ability to handle the ball and get to the paint and be a great facilitator for his position. He also showed the ability to shoot off the dribble, and even possibly be a threat from the three-point line from time to time. And the best part of Blake Griffin, he's a hard worker. That's why he became the player that he is now. That's why he became the number one pick. And he's been gone for so long because of Corona and because of the fact that they didn't make it to the bubble games and they didn't play in the playoffs. And all that's time to recuperate, recover, and also get back on your game. And I feel like Blake Griffin will come out firing because he has a lot to prove and he has a lot of things that he still want to accomplish in his career. And I think that he'll try to come back as best that he could, just like we seen 2 years ago, and became an All-Star and All-NBA player again. Now, the thing that people forget about Blake Griffin is he's 31, and his contract is massive, but people don't remember that the contract is almost up. You get Blake Griffin for this current season that's about to happen, and then you get him for one season after that. And I'm about to tell you why his contract ain't as bad as you think right now in a few seconds. The main reason why is because at the end of the day, he only has 2 years left basically on this contract that's coming up. And 1 year will be this season where he's going to have a lot of downtime and a lot of time to get back on his A game coming into this year at age 31. And the next season he will be age 32. He'll be making 38 million. And another thing I want to put in, he will have a trade kicker if you trade for him this current season, which will bump his contract up even more by a couple 100,000. Now, why that's not a big problem is because, like I said, after you get him this year, he will be a free agent after the season next year, which will allow him to be a contract that's not as bad, because we always say aspiring contracts are amazing, especially when you're getting close to 40 million relieved off your books. A lot of teams will trade for that. A lot of teams will take that because it will help them be able to rebuild themselves or get another max star free agent after that contract is up, which means this contract ain't that bad. You possibly might get the best version of Blake that you can get. You can get a little bit over the hump in the West because the West is going to be deeper. The West is going to be better if everybody comes back healthy, which means it's going to be even tougher for a team like the Phoenix Suns to make it to the playoffs, just because they didn't even make it last year, and that was the best they've done played in over 5 to 7 years. But not only that, they do need help, and they do have a coach that show that he gets the players, he gets what they're trying to do, and they do need that other guy that can really step up. Mikal Bridges haven't been that guy. People forget that Kelly Oubre has went down, and we don't know when he's going to return. And when he's not going to be the same guy coming off that massive injury. Plus, at that time when he could come back, it's going to be around playoff time, and you're not going to play him in those moments just because you're trying to win games and you're trying to increase your win total to make it to the playoffs. Plus, if you're in the playoffs, you're going against the best teams, and you don't want nobody that can possibly hurt your team significantly in your rotation. And I don't think Kelly Oubre should come back. If that's the case, I think he should just take the whole entire year off and then try to make a run for free agency and see what he can do on another team or come back to this team and, put in a little bit more work and hopefully he can get back to what he used to be. But that's where I look at this team and I say, how can they improve? How can they get better? Because you look at the draft, there's no real superstars in the draft. And if it is, they would have to trade up to get Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball or those guys because they're not going to be there for them. And you look at that and you say, what can the Suns do? I look at guys like Saric. I look at guys like Oubre. They have had a great time in Phoenix. They have fit what they needed to do, but Blake Griffin is better. This is a guy that can impact the game in multiple ways. He can take over games. He can finish games. He's a guy that can set screens. He's a great passer. He can get to the basket. He's a decent free throw shooter. He can space out the floor from time to time at the three-point line, especially catch and shoot. And he fits with Devin Booker. Devin Booker is a guy that can play off the ball. Devin Booker is a guy that can handle the ball in the pick and roll. Devin Booker is a guy that can hit mid-range threes, floaters, fadeaways, and even get to the basket and get out in transition, which Blake Griffin helps in transition too, being able to pass, but also being able to run the floor and get the finish or even get the mid-range or the spot up three or even just get the rebound if they miss and put it back in. And he fits with Aiden because Blake Griffin has the ability to space the floor. Aiden has shown that he can knock down mid-range. He can finish in the paint. He's a decent passer in the high post. He's a decent passer by the nail, and that's what you would need if you want to put another big by him. And like I said, it's a low-risk move. You're not really giving up no main assets because the guy that the Suns can get rid of, those guys are replaceable. They're good quality role players. They're guys that can really play, and they got shooters, and they got other guys that have other roles, but they're trying to get to that next level. Devin Booker been hungry to make it to the playoff for multiple years and hasn't been able to do it. Came close, but still fell short. And now it's going to be even tougher next year to make it to the playoffs. And we look at the Suns, can they repeat? Can they get better? You look at the fact like Aiden missed so much time and they still missed, and they probably make it if he plays majority of the season instead of being suspended. And you can't take that back. That's part of what happened, and you don't get those games back. And it really did damage their season. But now you look to move forward, and now you have to find a way to get better. Now you have to find a way to top what you did last season, this season, and it's going to be tougher in the West. And this move may be that move that gets them over the top. And even if you have to get rid of a pick, even if you have to get rid of one of your young assets, they have abundance of those. And if it don't work out, you can get that probably back when he becomes aspiring the season after this year. And you can either get the salary cap relief and use it on another free agent or multiple free agents to fill out this roster around Aiden and Booker if they decide to stay together as a duo. Or, you can keep Blake Griffin for the entire season and try to see if you can have an even better success with him. And if he leaves, you get the salary cap relief and then you can move forward. So when I look at Blake Griffin, it's not too many teams that need him. It's not too many teams that can use him. It's not too many teams that have the cap to take him in. It's not too many teams that have the players to be able to get the salary that you need to get him in, especially because the other trade kicker is going to make it go up even a little bit more. So you look at that, and the Pistons don't have that many options. The Pistons don't have that many teams that's interested probably. And if you do decide to keep him, you might as well try to, use leverage to get what you can for him coming off the season that he just had. And even if he does have a better season this year, what might can happen, and most likely will, if he can stay healthy, you can still cash in and try to trade him in a trade deadline. And if that doesn't work, you can bring him back next year. He's aspiring. His deal looks even better to a lot of other teams. And if that don't happen, you can just use this cap space for somebody else too. But it's not too many teams that can use Blake Griffin. It's not too many teams that need Blake Griffin. And that's the problem. That's the hard thing. So the fans wanted to know where can he go. The fans want to know what team he can go to that he can help and help them get to the next level. And it might be the Suns. And the Suns can also pick up a guy like Kevin Love. Kevin Love will give them rebounding. He will give them floor spacing. He will give them passing. And he has had injury problems too. And he does fit well with Aiden. Because remember, he fit well with Tristan Thompson. And Aiden is a better offensive player than he is. And, he's still growing and developing and is young. And that guy will fit well with them too. Those are the two guys I think the Suns can do that can possibly turn them into a better competitive team and probably get them over the hump and get them in the playoffs. And those guys' contracts isn't 4 or 5 year deals that lock them into this roster. It's deals that they can make to make themselves better and more competitive while also possibly making them a playoff team. And that's something that I don't really see too many teams can make. And that's something that I don't really see the Suns being able to do in the draft and in free agency. And that just being honest with you guys. So check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link can be in the description comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that continues to like the videos when I put them out. And if you want to help me even more, you can share this video, and that'll allow me to reach more people. The more people we reach, the better the channel can be, and also the more it can grow. Thank you guys for that. Continue to do that, and thanks to guys that just did it. Also, I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. So if you like this video, check out my older videos. I almost at 2,000. And I make videos every day about a variety of topics, whether it's breakdowns of the legends, the players, the rookies, and even summer league breakdowns, or even if it's about the NBA draft, free agency, trade deadline, top 10 lists, season previews, predictions, playoff predictions. If you need a video every day with a variety of topics, this is the channel for you. And you're not going to find too many channels that do that, just to be honest. But on top of that, you can support the channel even further by going to my Spreadshirt. There you can find all type of merchandise that you can support. But not only that, you can also find it on my Facebook page. You can find t-shirts, hats, and if you like the hat or you like the t-shirt or you like that logo, you can change the color of the hat. You can change the color of the logo to whatever you want. Message me and I can get it shipped out to you. This is the video for today. I'll be coming back to y'all with another video Tuesday. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.